way the bicyclist is driving, it just sort of comes diagonally, just like that pedestrian. So you can see it's not an easy thing to drive your car in Berlin. But you know, play it safe, there's no rush. Yeah, but the last one made it perfect. Okay, goody, goody, goody. Try to think your lights are not on. It's this for the last cars. On the dashboard, the second button from the left, if you turn that clockwise, then your lights would come on. Yes, very good. I see you now. Very good. All right, next you can see a piece of wall here on the left-hand side with holes in it. Everything original. It didn't have holes at the beginning, of course. The holes were punched by the so-called wall pickers, people that wanted to get rid of it before the authorities did. Now, we don't want that happening anymore because this is supposed to stay here. That's why the wall is now protected by a fence, which, of course, is very ironic if you see history. Right behind it, there's a site called Topography of Terror. And I'm just going to pass these rickshaws up here. Rickshaws, I'm going to pass those. So at that site, Topography of Terror, there were a number of terror organizations of the Nazi Empire set up there, like the Gestapo headquarters, also the Reichssicherheitshauptamt that was run by Heydrich Winter, who was the chair of the Nazi conference. So you get the idea of what kind of people were there. The worst of the worst, so to speak. Now we're going to take a right-hand turn into a priority street, so you're going to watch out for traffic from the left, which makes you look left, which makes you see a double row of cobblestone in the road, and that traces the wall. So we're following the wall on the inside of it. Take your time, we can sort of go slow around the corner, no need to rush it, just play safe, that's the most important thing. And once the last one is around, just remember, just stay on the road, and everybody else can. Yep, very good. Okay, here we go. Now, next traffic light is, we're going to be at Platz. Make sure you take the middle lane there. Platz, this area of new buildings, well, you know, some of them are 30 years old now, but fairly new. The square itself didn't survive World War II, was pretty much destroyed, and it wasn't developed neither by East nor West because the wall went through it in such a peculiar way that it was meaningless. You can see parts of the wall on the left-hand side, on the other side of the crossroads. By the way, this is so busy place before the war that the first traffic light was put up here in the early 20s, and supposedly it's the first one on the European continent. So Great Britain had one first, of course, probably London or whatever. The place on the right-hand side is called Leipziger Platz. The Potsdamer Platz on the side, on the left, and Leipziger Platz on the right-hand side. We'll just continue down straight. We're heading towards the Brandenburg Gate, which we will not pass. We can't do that because that area is still blocked. The first thing was public viewing for the soccer European Championship. Then, last week we had Christopher Street Day Parade with a big party at the Brandenburg Gate. And next weekend there will be a bicycle race. So until then, the whole thing is blocked. Too bad. But it's actually a nice view. We're going to take a left-hand turn up here. It's actually a nice view because you can see the quadriga, that statue on top, very nicely. Much better than you do when you're in front or in the back of it. So just across this traffic light, then we turn left up here. And just make sure you all pile in there so that we can, well, all on the crossroads. And we might actually make that one go. Yeah, that's looking very good. All right. On the right-hand corner, out of your angle of your eye, you might see the monument for the murdered Jews of Europe. That's the big field of 2,711 concrete stelae, which commemorates the death of the massacre of European Jews by the Nazis. So we all made that. That's good because it's very difficult to stop here anywhere. We're going to go around a park on our right-hand side for quite a stretch now. And some of the buildings of Potsdamer Platz coming up, what you'll see is back on this glass facaded building is the so-called Sony Center. architect put the buildings on the fringe of a triangular lot, creating a big space on the inside. Currently it's just being redone in a big way, so you can't really get the gist of it. You know, it's really beautiful when it's all done. It also has a number of restaurants in there, some of which might be closed, but I think some of them are open as well. So we continue straight. On your left, first thing you'll see is a building. It looks a bit like a factory with some of those, I don't know what you call it in English, but this roof that looks a bit like a saw blade. That's not a factory. That is actually a museum of musical instruments. There'll be more musical, or more buildings devoted to music on the left-hand side. The first one, the big one, is the Philharmonic, and same design but smaller. Just following that on the left is the Hall of Chamber Music. That blue wall that you see is the commemoration of the so-called T4 action that the Nazis had a plan to eliminate mentally handicapped people, which was a precursor to the Holocaust, and the headquarters of that was little buildings that used to be there. See, there's nice aspects of Berlin, but also very gruesome aspects, very close together. Then to the left, we just passed a few buildings that house a number of museums, very important museums as well. Amongst them, the Gemäldegalerie, the picture gallery, so that's all the old masters. The next street we pass is Stauffenbergstraße. That's where Stauffenberg, the man that planted the bomb in 1944 to blow up Hitler, had his office, and the coup didn't work that he planned. He was executed in there. There's a big museum there, along with the military. Lots of embassies here. The red building we're just passing is the Indian. The yellow one following that is the South African embassy, Turkish embassy. Then you'll distinguish the flags, the Italian and the Japanese embassy coming up here. Yeah, getting back to Stauffenberg, I said there's actually two museums in that building a little further down, which once was the headquarters of German Army for a certain time. One museum is dedicated to different German resistance movements. There were a number of those, be it religiously motivated, politically motivated, or whatever. So quite a number. And there's also a museum dedicated to the so-called silent heroes. That was people that would aid persecuted people during the Nazi Empire, but they never actually spoke about it, so I used the word for it. The bit of a snowstorm here on the right-hand side is the Saudi Arabian embassy. And a few of you will rejoice, the Scandinavian embassies are right on the corner. There's a building complex that's surrounded by a green wall on the other side of the intersection. Those are the Nordic countries. They actually got together and have all their embassies there. So it starts off with Iceland in the west, Denmark in the south, and then Norway, Sweden, Finland to the north and the east. And they are oriented. So the thing is, these countries build a common entry building, and then there's a courtyard that's created by the Green Wall, and these embassies in the individual countries, they go off that courtyard according to their position on the map. So it's quite easy to find. So for the Swedish, where you see those windows open right now, that's the Swedish embassy, and just right next to it is the Finnish embassy. They probably sold out to the government, so they'd be saving a lot of money, but here's the funny part. They're too small for the ambassadors' residences. So all the ambassadors have a beautiful villa in the most respected villa district, so they're named Trabant. So much for saving money, right? Okay, then just take the right lane here. Once you're around the corner, see if you'll make the yes roll here. Oh, good. Very nice. We're managing great with the traffic lights, guys. That's due to your great driving. Now, once you're around the corner, always remember to turn off your blinkers. So this time we're going through the Tiergarten. It's a big park, about 200 hectares, or about 500 acres, if that's the way it counts. So it's a fairly sizable park. It used to be a nice park with just small streets going through, but then the Nazis turned it to a big 8-lane highway. We'll pass that in a minute before that leads towards the Brandenburg Gate. And this column victory, as it's called, was originally set in front of the Reichstag. So this was moved by the Nazis for their plan to build, usually the plan goes by the term Germania. So that's clear whether the Nazis call it that themselves. In any case, this was just the area beyond the Reichstag was going to be the site for a huge hall of people. Okay, I got the bus there. Sorry about that. But there's no problem. You just stay where you are. Let the bus pass, and then I'll be back on the lane. Hello, bus. That's it. Okay. Very nice. So on the right, you can see the Brandenburg Gate down at the end of the road. You see it's all blocked here, and we're going to take the first exit. Right, that's good. So we can sort ourselves out here. That's perfect. Okay. Yeah, just sort of line back in there somehow. So just let these other two cars in, and we'll get the others. I'm just going to continue a little slowly to piss off, but we need to get those two cars on the left lane. We need to get them in. Sequence doesn't really matter. Just move in there. Right? Okay. Then we'll just go slow and let the others pass so that the green car can catch up. That's perfect. Okay, very good. Very nice. Truck is so hesitant. Okay. Yeah, there's some traffic there as well. All right. Let's just continue. We have a truck in the convoy. So green car, we're still right in front of you there. Don't worry about it. So if you follow the truck, we're good. Okay, I guess you can see it. So, right, I need to tell you a little bit where we are. On the truck, I think he's going straight to. Very good. We're going to cross the Spray River. Once you've crossed the river, you'll see a bridge straight ahead of you. You still need to go underneath the bridge, and right after the bridge, we turn right, okay? So even if you don't have vision, it's quite easy. Railway bridge, you pass underneath the railway bridge, and then you turn right immediately after the bridge. Wait there to see that we all get back together. Okay, last car, I hope you didn't follow the truck further because we are now waiting for it just after the bridge, right around the corner. Okay, and here we go. Let's go right away. Because the green car is here. This car. And there's a bit of cobblestone street ahead. Have fun with it. It's a lot of fun in the Trubby. right next to it, on the left, the television tower. Old pride of East Germany. They built that in 1969. It was then one of the tallest in the world. It still is the tallest in Germany. Measures some 368 meters, the tip of the antenna. So left-hand turn, this intersection. And then at the next crossroads, you got to watch out for any traffic from the right. They would have priority. Turn left there. Under the upper rails of the central train station. At the end, you got to watch out for any streetcars coming in from the left. That's the only danger here. There's no cars, but streetcars could come in from the left. So just watch that you're safe on that one. And next traffic light, we're going to turn right. Right here, yeah, that's good. Just turn red, that's good, because it's a difficult one. We won't be able to stop on the way anywhere. We'll just use that occasion. As you turn, the only thing you have to watch for, of course, is pedestrians, and then you can sort of do a big, just make sure everybody sort of gets on the intersection, then we can move in one go. We'll get that in 4 cars. But after that, you need to get into the center lane, okay? Start off in the left-hand lane, that's fine. But then just get in the center lane for the next traffic light after this one. Doesn't move in there at all. It looks pretty busy, oh my god. Okay, here we go. Should turn, yeah, here we go. Very nice move, guys. Very good. Okay, now we're going to go straight for a while. When you see that building with the red top on the roof, that's about where we're going to turn. But right up there, we're going to keep going straight. We will pass first of all, the central train station. That's the big building right here on the right coming up. If you haven't seen it yet, it's a must-have scene. It's got railway tracks on 2 different levels. One we just passed underneath, sort of the first floor, if you will, and there's another one 3 stories below. And the building itself is sort of built for maximum transparency. So when you walk in at the right location, you actually see the entire building, the insides of the entire building, all 5 levels. It's quite spectacular as far as I'm concerned, as far as architecture is concerned. Once you pass that, you'll see a lot of brick buildings on the right-hand side. That is Central University Hospital, across Charité, another French name. sort of an old harbor basin on the right. That's the harbor basin called Trabant Harbor. A lot of harbor basins, of course, because that used to be the main way of transporting goods. Then you'll notice that the road rises a bit. There's a bridge we're going to cross. Just before that, if you look left, you'll see a big building, which is called the Hamburger Bahnhof, and it has some we had these lights on these purple-colored lights on the building. That's a piece of art. It's the Museum of Contemporary Art, and it is still called Hamburger Bahnhof, Hamburg train station. It was built in the 19th century. Only served as a train station for maybe something like 20 years or so. So we're crossing a former checkpoint, which is right here on Straße at this bridge. Bridge in this case is a canal. So we're not crossing the Spray River again. We'll probably cross that later on, but right here it's not. Then just after the bridge, there's a left turning lane with its own signal. So we'll just, probably won't all make it, but there's a bus stop right around the corner. We just wait there in case we don't all make it, so no worries. Fine, very good. The big building on our left, by the way, is the Ministry of Economic Affairs and Climate Change and stuff, whatever, they all want to have a bit of a climate thing in their portfolio these days. It used to be a military hospital. The name of the street was Street of the Invalids, Invalidenstraße. So the man who had this built was Frederick II, one of the most important Prussian kings of the 18th century. He waged lots of different wars all over, around the country, around Europe. And so a lot of the people, well, if you didn't die, then you were usually wounded. And if you were wounded badly, they took care of you. And if you couldn't go back to a normal life, then they had these houses of invalids where people could then just have a livelihood. Sometimes they worked to their capacities, their limited capacities. In other words, they just lived their lives there. And stay on the road, we'll just continue right away. That was the cemetery, so their final resting place was here at the cemetery of the Invalids, and that's where a lot of big shot Prussian military are buried as well, the generals and field marshals and what have you. The truck, there's also a street coming in from the right which has priority, so be careful as you go, not just passing the truck but also the adjacent street. Next we're going to pass a hospital, a military hospital. It used to be the hospital of the village of the East German police, and during the times of when the wall was up, this had a certain notoriety because anybody who was wounded trying to cross the wall, and many people were, they were all brought here, irrespective of where that happened. The reason was that the Eastern authorities wanted to keep a lid on these things. They wanted to be able to tell people what happened. In many cases, they did not tell the relatives that people had been killed trying to escape, but that they had a traffic accident or accident at work, and all the relatives got was the urn, because they'd already burned people, so there would be no possible second autopsy done. Former East Berlin right here, we just, when we crossed the bridge, just that last bridge over the canal, we came back into East Berlin. And now we're passing back into the west, briefly. It's just one car made it. I'm going to try to stop here on the road, see if that works. There's a left turning lane. With a bit of luck, I'm going to stop right here. See if anybody else wants to turn left, then we have to move. Yeah, somebody does. See, that's what we're kind of like. Okay, you guys that are still stalled on that traffic light, you just turn right, and then the first possibility you turn left. There's no traffic. There's no. There's a gas station there on the corner, so you turn left where that gas station is. So it should be easy. And we'll just be waiting around the corner further down so that we're out of the traffic. So just repeat that. Once you turn around the corner, people that are still at the traffic light, once you turn right, immediately after that there's you'll see a gas station on your left, and there's a left turning lane which you can use, and the first one's coming around the corner. Very good. Okay, the others, okay, very nice. We'll just let the taxi pass still, and then we're good, we're all back together. Alright, very nice. Okay, by the way, that was the second checkpoint we passed. That was checkpoint Trabant, because right where we passed is where the wall was. So we're just following the wall right here. You can't see it because this is all new. It's a cemetery that had to give up some of its gravesites. So you'll notice that still they have put in new graves here. It's just left this open, this patch open, grass. Some of the graves are removed when the wall is built, but you see a segment of the wall right up here, just before you put the railway bridge. On the right-hand side up there is a segment they took the wall with over. You see the first stretch just when we started the tour. So we're going through the roundabout. Take the first exit on the right. Now there's this little stretch, there's no crossroads, so we just try to take it up to 50, don't go faster than 50. And don't go faster than you feel safe, of course. There's just one more pedestrian path coming up, but you'll see that from far. Just be careful as you approach that, otherwise you can actually take the Trabant to breathtaking speeds. Take a left-hand turn up here. As you can see the television tower from many places. See that again over on the left. We're just heading towards the War Memorial. That's the street we're just turning into. Looks like I'm the only one that made it. No worries, I'll just be waiting for it around the corner. A little bit about this place. Straße is a very long memorial. It starts right where you're stopping right now. It's that rusty facade building is sort of the central entry building. And then it stretches for about 1.5 kilometers down the road with a number of different exhibits. We're going to stop at the one exhibit that's really very interesting because you can see the whole setup of the wall there. And if you want, you can climb a tower to look down on it. Okay, just drive as far right as possible to be out of traffic, and then you just turn off your engines, and you can leave your stuff in the car. I'll just tell you what you can do here, okay?